Okay, welcome back to Diablo 4. This is Season 6 with a new expansion. I'm also playing the Spiritborn. Let me bring this up. And so far, I've got 34 hours in. And the thing that I've noticed, I'm also using a guide to do mine. So, you get a lot of gem stuff. They have more gems now. You've got to masterwork your equipment. And now it tops out at 800 on the item power. And the other thing, let me see if it's here. I guess it's on the guides page. I guess so. Yeah, whenever I was looking at the guides, it would show me pretty much where to find the stuff that you're looking for. But the other part that I was going to bring up, well, actually, we'll bring it up like this. Season. In the hours I've done, I've already completed the season. Just smoke through it. Which I was kind of surprised because normally it's kind of hard to get this last part, but I'm not even at the final difficulty level. Then I got all the season blessing. One thing to pay attention to is this one right here. I'm going to go to the Bagman now and see because I now have a chance to double. But people, I need to get rid of all this crap. And I'm going to go over the few changes, like major changes I felt. You can actually get Mythics from this guy now. So I'm going to go for the cheapest thing, which is a tunic or boots. For the tunic, because, if it gives that armor, that would be amazing. And no, it didn't do it for me that time. But razor plate, low item power. Nothing there that I feel like keeping or even trying to sell. Like, I usually don't sell stuff. I'll give it away. So if you're playing Spiritborn and you need some items, message me. Let me go back to tunic. Let's see. All right, some people have gotten Mythics. I'm doing this. I've not got a Mythic yet. Razor plate, still a 750. This is the type of armor that I need. But the other thing is, you cannot craft it. Like Masterwork, I think, stops at 9 or 8 or something like that with this one. So you really want to get it with the item power of 800 if you're going to equip it. So I'm kind of missing that for my character at the moment. But I'll just deal with that. Let's see. Just let all that go. I do have one that's 750 in my stash just in case I get bat desperate. And let's see. Of course, 750. But it's at 10%. Yeah, I think my stash was not 10%. So I'm going to take it, throw it in there. Just in case I get real desperate and decide to do it. Because I'm just using some random stuff. Now, this is where it gets the fun part of it. Let me go back to this and bring up stats material. And pretty much whenever you up your difficulty up to Torment 4, I'm only at Torment 3 right now, and I've completed so much of the game. Well, so like the season stuff. But you go to this right here. Now we don't have the 3 different ones, and you can only get these in 3 areas or the little caches. But Nightmare Dungeons, which are kind of useless now except for getting these Infernal Hordes, which now instead of you getting like a number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever it was, it is whatever torment level that you're in is the difficulty of the hordes that you do. Same thing with the Nightmare Dungeon. It's not all changed up. And then we have the Undercity, which is something to go through and play. It's very neat. I've already gotten one more replenished spark because I got all the season stuff done. So that made me question, well, it's like, well, how else are you getting them? I don't fully know yet, but there's also ways to make them. And I've not done much of the Dark Citadel because you have to team with people. But you can see with the gems, I've got a ton of gems. And this is the big gem right here because I was weak on my poison. So that helped me out. Now that's set up, but the mercenaries, I always carry 2 with me. And I mean, this is not one that any of the guides say to use. But the other fun part of them is you go to this and then you get little gifts pretty much with their experience. I've gotten all maxed out on experience. I did whatever on skills. Still just playing around. But these guys help you out a whole lot. And you just have to do a few quests. Let me bring up the map. and that's down in this area. You have to have the expansion to be able to do it. Right here brings me to the other thing, Realm Walker. This little season achievement stuff, you have to go here and it'll show up on your map, which I came across a problem, couldn't find stuff on the map because I was zoomed out too far. Like you'll go close to that, then you have to have this Hatred Rising. It's kind of like the vampire time, but you have to kill things in that area to get the season blessing. So that's also another change. So Nightmare Dungeons is also now no longer how you upgrade your glyphs. You do that through over on this guy. Whoops, wonderful lag on this. So this doesn't give the stuff for the Masterwork anymore. This is how you upgrade your glyphs. Nightmare Dungeons will give you the stuff to Masterwork with. So it's all different. But also you have to do the tiers to unlock different areas, which it doesn't do it until tier 20 for Torment 1. And then it's tier 35 for Torment 2, tier 50 for Torment 3, then tier 65, which I've not gotten to yet to clear, for Torment 4. And I mean, you can go here and change out, which you'll see your armor is reduced by 750, your resistance by 75%. That's 100% and 1,000. But you can get Mythics at Torment 1. So just remember that Torment 1's wherever you are at the ability to get Mythics. And then you can go to the jeweler, or let me see, I believe, yeah, this guy over here can craft. Yep. And Masterwork, no. Yep, crafted items, Mythic Unique. You can put in 2 of the shards and 50 million, and then you get some random. So, and if you don't want to go with some random, you go over to, where is the jeweler here? Over here to the jeweler, and you have to use ruins. So, and here we go, and then you can get your specific one, which I don't have enough of anything, because I've been trying to craft ruins to get better things, which that's also another gamble. Like if I just have a 1 beside it, I'm not going to go for it. If I have a 2, I'm going to go for it. That's these guys right here. So I got the jaw. That's a great one from Diablo 2. So you have a mix of Diablo 2 and Diablo 3. Because right now, let me go back to the inventory, show you on the right here, yeah, the little key stuff. This is I'm not done yet, but you get those later on unlocked. It's a different type of dungeon. So this is your nightmare. This is your tribute of harmony, and then each one has some certain thing that's going to drop more and different penalties. So whenever you read up, it will show you really what's going on. And see this one will reward with magic ruins, will reward with legendaries, and will reward with guaranteed ruins, gold, probably a lot better ones. And then this one will reward with ancestral legendaries. Then here we go. The difference on those is a wave cap. 6 and 10 are the ones that I've seen. And then these is kind of, well, whatever. And then this is a little bit different one that I've not ran through yet, but probably because the location is why it's different. So those are the major changes. And the biggest thing is whenever you're going from Torment 1 to Torment 2, Torment 3, what I had to do was do the master crafting. And the other fun part is getting certain parts of the gear. Like that just dropped naturally in the game for me. That one dropped naturally in the game for me. This, I had to kill one of the big bosses that you have to use crafting materials to get, which is dropping a lot faster for me starting out. So without the amount of hours in, and they don't have the different levels. It's also the level of torment that you're playing in is the level of boss that you're going for. So I've already started stacking up here after I got the items I wanted. Now I'm starting to stack up for, like right there, for a different type of build, getting those things ready to maybe, do all that too. But to get the material to Mastercraft is what is holding me back. So if you come across a wall in the game, what I always end up saying to do, look at what you haven't done yet. Like you go to the map and say you've not done any Legion events, go to some Legion events. Do some Hell Tides if you haven't been doing Hell Tides. The Nightmare Dungeons. Then go do the Pit some, which you can scale the Pit differently than all the rest of the game. It doesn't matter what difficulty you're setting it. You are controlling the Pit. And then if you're still at a stop point from doing, or you're tired of doing the Hell Ties, you're tired of doing the Pit, you're tired of doing the Nightmare Dungeons, and you're tired of going around doing this, then you've also got to, like you see right now, I don't have the strongholds all done. Go through, free up all the strongholds. I still have parts of this story to finish up, as you see the little blue on the map and all. And another stronghold down there. So with just under 40 hours in, I might have the season stuff done, but I'm still at just Torment 3 with lots of parts of the game still to go. Let's see on the map. I'll hit my W. See, I've right here on the new section, I still haven't even unlocked this part. My extra skill point, then my Paragon points, and more of those things to hold, which is actually decent because you can gamble and get a Mythic. So I'm thinking this season might be a little bit better for Mythics for me, which last season I got like 6 or 8. Probably had about 100 hours in for the season, maybe a little bit more, because once you start getting Mythics, once you start getting good gear, it makes it a lot more enjoyable. But there is a part that you do have to team in here. You do have to team, which that is for the Dark Citadel, Rise of Dark Citadel waypoint. So not a big fan of that. So I've got one person that I team with a good bit. That I team with Diablo 3, Diablo 4. We've just been missing each other on time, and he's just doing the story, which he's still enjoying it quite a bit, which the story is good. So Diablo 4 Season 6 with expansion, some people have been asking me, is it worth the price? It just matters how much money you have on hand and how much time you have on hand, because once you start playing the story, you kind of want to keep going until you get to the next part of the story. Which, yes, another thing to show that some people kind of skip over. Right here, the den, kind of go to that. It helps you out on getting some of the materials that you needed, because the other thing that I had was I was doing the story part, and I got my levels because I played at a good bit higher difficulty. Struggled a little bit, but I didn't have my potions because I was missing like plants or something like that. But then you can come here and I don't even know how many coins I've got. Does it tell me how many coins I've got? Pale Mark's 1,000. Or Citadel coins, sorry. It's Citadel coins. Looks like it's Pale Mark's 1,500. So yeah, I can go grab this. You can grab other things to help yourself out, then the restock fee. And that helped me on getting some of the stuff done that I needed. And here we go. Some veins and things of that nature. Because I was seriously running low on Forgotten Souls. I was running low on... what was it? Wasn't Angel Breath to be able to upgrade my potions, which is in Hell Tides. I wasn't doing Hell Tides. I was doing other stuff called the story mode for the expansion. That's how I could upgrade my potion. So it doesn't really slide into each other really well, because while you're doing the story mode, you're not getting the stuff to Mastercraft, except for with like a few caches and all. But then you have to kick back and do some Nightmare Dungeons, Infernal Hordes. The Undercity is part of the expansion, but I haven't done a whole lot of it. It's on a timer, and you got to upgrade your gear, things of that nature. So it's a bit of change from the previous Diablo 4s, but it's more towards wherever you set your difficulty, that's what your difficulty is, and everything except for the pits, which you can scale that, which is more like Diablo 3 with the rift challenges. With the greater rifts, I should say. So if you're looking for getting the game or not, that's just kind of the rundown, the changes. Uh, they always make a lot of changes. They're constantly still making changes because even on material drops, it's changed today because I had another patch hit and then it changed on how much it was dropping. Then it went back up to what it was dropping previously. Like they cut the drop rate in half and then they brought it back. So it's something to look for. But I mean, you're not going to be maxed out doing everything until you're able to master work your gear up. So you don't have to have the best gear, just masterwork your gear up as you've seen some of the other people do. But getting the material is the key thing about it. So hopefully this helps you out on deciding what you want to do, answer some of the questions about, everything going on and how they've changed it around. I mean, you still have your bosses to summon, which are all spread throughout the game. I haven't hit tier 4 yet. I'll probably hit that within this week. But I'm seeing people that are Paragon 200 in tier 3 and in Torment 3. So, I mean, you don't have to be in Torment 4 to be, a deal. I mean, I've seen lots of different levels of Paragons killing the bosses in Torment 2, Torment 3, running different things. So it's whatever you're comfortable with, whatever you have good speed with. Because the drops have varied a lot now. So, but kind of come into this area, you can change out your people. Like I don't have it to the guides. And here you can change your stuff around there. So overall, if you have time and you want to do it, go for it. If not, if you're busy, you're not going to be able to put the time in. Maybe you want to wait till next season. But this season, they have a whole lot of people on. Lots of different things to do. Leveling up your mercenaries. And to change them out is real easy. You just go over and then you say dismiss or enlist as reinforcement. This person I can hire and enlist as my reinforcement. And then you change the powers around if you want. So changing them out is not difficult. You're not equipping them with anything. And they are constantly giving you tokens to be able to come back over here. And I mean, their restock is free. So boom, restock free. Get another cache of that stuff or items, whatever they have there. And see, that helps you out. Brings you up on all the stuff needed. So if you have any other questions, run across problems. Oh yeah, and I did mention on the map stuff. Let's see. Well, travel to the den. I'm already at the den. Let's travel out of this. Let's go here. On the map stuff, I ran across it. Some of my other friends are like, I can't see the world boss. We don't have the world boss right now, but another big map. So I should have just shown you on the last map. And here we go. You zoom out all the way. A lot of things are going to be just little specks, like these specks right there. That's going to be what the world boss looks like. Oh yeah, you can also do dungeons that are throughout the map, because I've not touched any of those, as you can see, with all the hours I've already done. I mean, there's a lot to do. And there's another 30 or so areas here to discover, to claim, or whatever it is. So there's a lot on this expansion. This expansion is kind of a game within itself. Whenever you're brought out this far, your world boss is going to look like this. I see that look like that. You have to zoom in. Right there is whenever you'll be able to see the world boss. But then you have to drag it over to try to find it. But out here, no. It'll just be one of these dots, and you got to zoom in. Hopefully that helps you out. And just, it's a lot of changes. A lot of people write stuff on the net. The stuff before it came out has changed. We don't do that capstone. It's just the pit to go into difficulty levels. And it did just a whole lot. So hopefully this helps sum up things. If you have questions, make a comment. And I'll try to answer it the best I can, because I'm also still running into things. Thank you for your time, and enjoy the game, and please be kind to others.